What's up, Lord? Um, this is the very first video of this channel. And to any soul who find it, I welcome you. I want to get straight to the point. The purpose of this channel, as I see it right now, is to document the journey of a soul rediscovering self and reuniting with the spirit. And this has been a journey I've been on for the past 18 months. And just here recently, I felt led to start sharing my journey for whatever reason, But I feel led to share it, so that's why I'm here today. And this first video serves to offer context. So if other souls do see this, they can understand where I'm coming from, Material desire and spiritual need has played a major role these past 18 months or so in the mentalities that I've had during this time, whether it's financial freedom or soul liberation, have changed things. So I want to offer up that journey to start off. And I think that will help with the context that's needed to really understand why I'm doing this in the first place, really. So let's start back at January of 2022. And sorry I keep diverting eye contact. It's just I'm thinking. I'm really freestyling. I do have an outline, but this is a natural process. It's a natural process. So that's why I'm coming like this with it. So let's go to 2022. So during this time, I'm an electrician. I just tested it. I just got my J-Dub license. I'm making about $26 an hour. Recently engaged. I got about 8 months till the wedding. Financially, I got about 30,000, and I got that 30,000. Some of it's in my checking, some of it's in my savings. I got stocks, I got some crypto, so I'm doing a little something. We got some student loan debt, but we're not really tripping on that, Not really tripping on that. It get paid how it get paid. And mentally though, the mentality is financial freedom. I'm really big on financial freedom at this time. I'm watching Wall Street Trapper. I'm watching some EYL. And I'm watching some guys that's talking about crypto. So I'm really trying to get this financial freedom so I can get my 24 hours back. And that was my whole thing, because I'm going to this job every day. And you telling me that this my life. I be feeling like this is my life, this our life. But yet, we gotta go to somebody and ask for 2 weeks off. That didn't make sense to me, and it was kind of bugging me internally. So my whole mentality was man, I get this financial freedom, I get my 24 hours back, and it'd be good. So that's kind of where I'm at. Them little highlights of where I'm at. But the big thing is, remember the mentality, which is financial freedom. Remember, we do got a little assets. We got about 30,000, so we cool. And we making money, about 20 cents an hour, so it's cool. We moving. And everything is going smooth, for the most part. Outside of wanting to get the 24 hours back, man, everything's cool. I can't really complain. But then the job did something that threatened the livelihood. And it wasn't about my job. It was just the time period of when a lot of employers was talking about, if you don't get the shot, you can get laid off. You feel me? And my employer per se didn't implement that, but we was working for a customer and we was inside their buildings and they implemented that for their employees. So we fell under that umbrella. Man, eventually I ended up getting laid off, and it was crazy because the decision that had to be made, the situation you put in. So here I am, about to get married. So I got a wedding to pay for. Still got bills. And I'm still trying to invest, And now I got somebody telling me, well, if you don't get this, that's a threat, that your livelihood probably gone. And it can seem like an easy decision. Somebody say, well, man, you got so much responsibility, then the easy choice is to go and take it. You feel me? And I had loved ones, was questioning like, man, what you doing, man? You got a fiance, you gotta think about your fiance. Man, you gonna be living out on the streets, you ain't gonna have no money. Man, how you gonna eat? You feel me? So it's like, I heard it, but intuitively, getting a shot never sat right with me. It never sat right with me, so I didn't do it. So I go from doing okay to now I'm unemployed, still got bills to pay for, got a wedding to pay for, but I got 30,000, so I'm not really tripping and I'm not stressing, okay? My thinking is, well, I sit down for about 2 or 3 months, then I go find something. And I got the resources where I can take care of the rent and I can take care of the expenses for the wedding in the meantime. And then at the same time, I got some stuff in crypto. I'm kind of thinking, man, some of that could pop off. And I'm trying to be an investor anyway, so now I got all this time to like invest in studying the game and really becoming this master investor, right? So that's my mentality, and that's how I'm approaching it, right? God had something else in store, but that's where I was coming from with it. So before we move on, let me read a journal entry from January the 4th, 2022 that kind of like illustrate where I was at some more. So it says, today I received my layoff. Why? Because I wanted to. Today marks my freedom. From here on, it's all about execution. I want to show my loved ones you don't have to work for money. Money works for you. I will have 100,000 this year, more than I ever had, and I'm just getting started. Being an investor is my job, and I'm going to be my best at it. I will do electrical work on the side. Today is a marked day. Let's grow our wealth, widen our horizon, continue building our body, and show my parents and my fiance a different reality. And so, as you can see, that's how I was coming. That's how I was rocking. But anyways, some months go by, say about 2 or 3 months. I'm still unemployed, but I'm still not stressing because, like I said, I got the resources to take care of the bills. I had the resources to pay for the wedding expense, and still in my mind, I'm still finna get a job, so it's all good. And at the same time, I'm enjoying this time off. It's like vacation. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. I get to wake up in the morning. I can go outside, read a book, take in the sun, put my feet to the earth. So it's peaceful. I'm doing peaceful things. And at the same time, I'm spending more time with my cousin. And the conversations that we are having are working in ways that I didn't understand at the time. And now I can look back and say, those was pivotal moments, because from them conversations that we were having, it led me to to search up higher consciousness one day when I was over there. And when I searched it, I went to the Wikipedia page and I'm reading on it. And then here goes something called the Bhagavad Gita. Never heard of it, but it's on this page about higher consciousness. So I clicked on it, reading up on it, and it piqued my interest enough where I Google searched that title, Bhagavad Gita, and found the online version. And man, when I read the Gita, like it blew my mind. It blew it. And it resonated with my spirit so much that it was crazy because one, it's written so long ago. Like all the books that's tied to religion, they written so long ago, but to still be able to resonate with you today, to still have experiences that they speaking to, and it still resonate with you today, it's amazing. And after that first time, I was hooked, so I just kept reading it. And I read it one time, then read it again, then read it again. Then I read it again. It got to the point where I just said, I wanna buy the book because I don't want to keep on looking at a screen every time I want to read this. You know, the book is better for me. I like books. So I bought the book, and before the end of 2022 was over with, I probably read the Gita 10 or 12 times at least. And what it taught me, God was talking to me, you know, because I was saying that freedom was gonna be coming financially, and I still believe in financial freedom. That ain't what I'm saying. But what he was showing me was, yeah, you're on the right track looking for freedom, and you can get the money, but what good do it do you if you still a slave to your lust? So in that regards, you truly not free. You got all the money in the world, but you still a slave to your desires. You got all the money, but you still a slave to your thoughts. And that's what that started teaching me. And that's when the true idea of what liberation is started to click. And for me, you know, lust can be different things, but for me, lust was sexually. Like, it was a sexual lust that probably gripped me 10 plus years, right? It'd be points where the lust would be so dominant in the mind, you know, you just keep on thinking that you just got to release, you know, and at that point, you're no longer in control, you know. So I was looking for freedom, but he truly showed me that, hey, freedom ain't just that, ain't just the money. As you can see, what started off as me using that 24 hours to become this master investor, God used that 24 to work on me spiritually. And that pretty much captures my 2022 and where I started and where I was starting to go. And before we move on to current day, let me read some verses from the Gita that speaks to lust and these material desires. So it say, Arjun asks, why is a person impelled to commit sinful acts, even unwillingly, as if by force, O descendant of Krishna? The Supreme Lord said, it is lust alone, which is born of contact with the mode of passion, and later transformed into anger. Know this as the sinful, all-devouring enemy in the world. Just as a fire is covered by smoke, a mirror is masked by dust, and an embryo is concealed by the womb, similarly, one's knowledge gets shrouded by desire. The knowledge of even the most discerning gets covered by this perpetual enemy in the form of insatiable desire, which is never satisfied and burns like fire, O son of Kunti. The senses, mind, and intellect are said to be breeding grounds of desire. Through them, it clouds one's knowledge and deludes the embodied soul. Therefore, O best of the Baharats, in the very beginning, bring the senses under control and slay this enemy called desire, which is the embodiment of sin and destroys knowledge and realization. The senses are superior to the gross body, and superior to the senses is the mind. Beyond the mind is the intellect, and even beyond the intellect is the soul. Thus, knowing the soul to be superior to the material intellect, Almighty armed Arjun, subdue the lower self, which is the senses, mind, and intellect, by the higher self, which is the strength of the soul, and kill this formidable enemy called lust. I left off reading some verses from the Gita, and I really wanted to record this video in one session, in one setting, but it didn't happen that way, so it worked out how it's supposed to work out. So here I am now to complete. I'm gonna pick up at current day 2023. Everything has changed. If you go back, if you don't remember, if you go back and see where I was at 2022, career done changed, finances done changed, marital status and mentality. So career, I'm a tier 1 SOC analyst pretty much. The title is security consultant, but that's what the role is. Financially, the $30,000 is gone, no savings, paycheck to paycheck pretty much, and even increased debt, but it's just part of the journey, I guess. Like I say, wedding, I've been married for 14 months now, so that's still fairly new. But it's been beautiful though. It's been beautiful, and my mentality is, it went from financial freedom to soul liberation. That's kind of been the dominant mental thought lately. And that transformation right there that I just broke down, I think that is the reason why at this point of my journey, I've been led to start sharing, because last year was about, let me show you what true liberation is. Let me work on you. This year is, I'm coming up out of it, but everything is new though. My career new, my marriage is fairly new, my finances is new because it's a new situation for me. So with everything I got going right now, I feel like I'm at the base level, you know, and it's nothing but growth from here. So instead of going through the process completely and then coming out on the other side, pretty much on top of the mountaintop and trying to speak, versus if I capture it now, other souls can see a soul that's actively climbing the mountain and what that looked like for that soul, for me, right? So I think that's the main reason that at this period of time I started getting the urge to share, because I was documenting, but it was for me, you know, it's a private journey. And I definitely hesitant to even share, because I don't know, you just putting your journey out there for the world, but maybe it can help other souls, you know. I don't see the full picture just yet. I just know what I feel and the quote-unquote calling, you know, in a sense, as far as being led to share. So that's what I'm doing. And why did I name this channel Analyze the Current? Well, that come from a practice I started back in like March, where pretty much instead of just going and letting the months just pass by, I do a monthly check-in with myself And I called it analyze the current, because instead of just going with the flow of the current, it's moments, that checkout time, you know, that's a moment for me to step outside of the current and actually analyze it, see where I'm at spiritually, see where I'm at mentally. That way I can stay on point, because it's so easy to get caught up in the current of life that you just living, you just living, versus actually being an active participant. So that's the meaning behind the channel, and that's what it's gonna symbolize. Each video for me is an opportunity to analyze. It's an opportunity to share. It's an opportunity to be. So I think that's a good place to end it. I think that covers the gist of the journey, and that's good enough for a first video. It's a lot of lessons I done learned, and it's a lot of things I like to express in these coming videos, in these coming sessions. But I'm gonna leave you with this. I hope I say it right. But seek ye first the kingdom of God, and everything will be added unto you. Love, peace, expansion.